Hey guys, welcome back to my channel one more time. My name is Preet and you're watching Info at a Glance, your very own immigration ease, where you watch videos and you become boss of your own immigration. And today, as promised, I'm back with another amazing video in my PNP series, and today we will be talking about another beautiful province of Canada and the PNP site for that. The name of that province is Newfoundland and Labrador. This happens to be one of the maritime province and the Atlantic province as well towards the eastern side. So before I start, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, then please consider doing so and do press the bell icon for all the latest updates on Canada immigration. So before I talk about the PNP site, let's talk about the province first. This is a small province definitely with a population of 500,000 people and with a beautiful European infrastructure. Along with that, this province is actually home to oil and gas and a technical industry as well. So this province has a lot of beautiful opportunities for a lot of aspirants or people who are willing to migrate with steep experience. When express entry becomes difficult with age, this province actually becomes easier with age because the process of applying and the qualifiers are pretty simple. And last but not the least, despite being small, this province can actually make your dream come true. As in, this province can actually act like a pathway to Canada for you. Also, in terms of affordability and in terms of standard of living, this province is pretty good option. Now the PNP which we are talking today is the NLPNP, the Newfoundland and Labrador PNP, which was recently introduced in January 2021. This was primarily because of the employers who approached the federal and the provincial government in order to fill in their employment needs. And the government over here is pretty cooperative for the employers who are willing to hire foreign labor or people from outside the country, and that was one important reason this particular PNP was introduced. Though the province also has other different pathways for permanent residency, wherein AIPP happens to be one of the most famous one. So the name of the PNP which we are discussing today is the Priority Skill Newfoundland and Labrador Stream. And though the province has some other details as well in terms of applying for PNPs, and you can see these pathways right in front of you, wherein the entrepreneur pathway again is the most important one over here for people who are willing to invest and start a business. And apart from that, people who complete masters from Memorial University within the province holds a special category for those as well who completed the masters from the Memorial University in last 3 years. And to apply for this particular province, the process is pretty simple. But before we talk about the process, let's have a look at the points table and all the information which I'm sharing with you. Once again, I've linked everything in the description box below, so you can definitely refer to that information and get a hands-on of experience of the complete insight of this particular province. Now, as you can see on your screen that the points table is in front of you, wherein you become eligible to apply for this particular PNP even with CLB 5. But you get a maximum score of 24 points with CLB 7, which is not that difficult to attain. And when we talk about age, again from the age of 21 to 30, you get 12 points. But if we talk about express entry, you start losing points when you are 30. But here, when you turn 30, you actually start gaining points because from 31 to 40, you score the maximum of 16 points. And this province actually stays active for you till the age of 59 because you still get 4 points for that particular age group. Looking at education over here, PhD or doctorate gives you the maximum 24 points and master's gives you 20 points. The rest of the qualifiers for education are in front of you. It is mandatory for you to have an experience of at least 1 year to qualify for this particular province, but yes, looking at the experience in front of you, more than 5 years of in-demand work experience in past 10 years gives you the maximum of 40 points. The last important qualifier for this particular province is the adaptability, wherein if you have relatives in Newfoundland and Labrador, you get 10 points. If you have in-demand work occurred in Canada, not just in the province but within Canada, you still get 5 points. In-demand work, which we have work experience which you have attained in Newfoundland and Labrador, gives you 7 points. But in-demand work occurred in Newfoundland and Labrador outside St. John's, which happens to be the capital for this particular province, is again 7 points. Now coming to the application process for this particular province is pretty simple. All you have to do is to submit your expression of interest for this particular province and gain points for the qualifiers which I just told you. To qualify for this particular province, you need 60 points, and to qualify all you have to check is your language ability, your age, your education, your experience, and your adaptability. Now, what happens is, as soon as you submit your expression of interest along with your resume, that happens to be the most important document, and it has to be in Canadian style. So you can refer to the videos and prepare a resume which is in detail basis the experience and the knock which you have attained. Now, as soon as you have the expression of interest submitted for this particular profile, your profile gets actually broadcasted to the number of employers who are willing to hire outlanders or people who are outside the country, and they start a voting process. So as soon as they start a voting process, looking at your knock and your experience, and if your profile gets a good response, or if they suggest that this particular knock or this particular experience is in demand within the province, you actually get an ITA from the province in order to apply and proceed further. Remember, this province is primarily driven by the employers who are here, because this happens to be a small province. So the opportunity wise, it's not like Toronto or Vancouver, but definitely being a technical hub. And this province also has their own NOC in demand list, which is also in the PDF guide for this particular province, which tells you each and every information regarding how to apply, what is in demand, what is this province all about, and how exactly you can go about it. So the moment you have a polling system in your favor and you get votes in terms of finding an eligibility, it's primarily because it's just to let the provincial government know that yes, this profile will be successful within the province and has good job opportunities for them. And the moment you have ITA from the province, provided your knock meets the requirement and you have enough scorings, you actually get an email with all the credentials wherein you will be required or asked to submit your documentation. And the moment you submit your complete documentation, your profile goes under review, and finally you receive the provincial nomination certificate which you can add in your express entry profile. The bonus tip over here is, when you submit your expression of interest and the number of employers have a look at your profile, there is a good possibility that you may even get a job offer. If that happens to be a scenario, and if you have already submitted your PNP file, and if you have already submitted your complete documentation, you can even request the provincial team to give you an opportunity to apply for a work permit, and you can proceed with your PR application when you are within the country. And that particular work permit will be LMIA exempt. That means you don't require an LMIA from an employer in order to get you a job offer or to hire you. So this was about Newfoundland and Labrador, another amazing province which gives you an open opportunity to apply, just like Saskatchewan or just like Prince Edward Island, wherein some provinces may have a restriction for you to apply for a job offer. So I always encourage everyone who is stuck in the express entry pool or trying to improve their CRS, but they have maxed out all the other options, it is highly recommended that they actually try for these provinces and at least seek an opportunity if they're willing to crack one. So that's all for this particular province, and if you have any questions for me, you are more than welcome to write me on my Instagram handle. The barcode is on your computer screen, which is info@aglance21. And do like the video and share it with your peers who are interested in Canada immigration. And don't forget to subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for all the latest updates on immigration as well. I'll see you next week with another amazing PNP or immigration update. Until then, bye bye.